Hello, hello. Welcome back. When we last left off, you all traveled to Tiff's Jr.'s home and freed a bunch of seemingly Kenku, and then immediately slaughtered all of them except one. And so, you left him behind and head back. So, you all taking the time to rest and sleep aboard the ship as you travel overnight back towards Eldham. Also, in that same time, Nesma picked up a strange glowing worm and it burrowed into her neck as she attuned to it.
And now it is my bestest friend, and it is named Squishy Worm.
Sure. It's also inside of you.
Yeah, well, that means I won't lose it, right?
I suppose. So, you travel overnight aboard the ship as it sails you back towards Eldham. And so, I will copy all these. Oops, I'm on the wrong map tools. Copy all those. And I'm working on a map for Eldham, but I don't have it done yet.
One day.
Are you drawing it with fine tip marker?
Yes.
Really?
No.
I love. I don't know. I honestly, so there's a guy I follow who is a fantasy cartographer on Twitter, and like that's all he does is do hand drawn maps for like things that need hand drawn maps. And like, oh man, I if people would pay me to do that, I would do that. That is like a dream job right there. Just drawing made up maps.
All right. Well, you pull back into port as the sun begins to rise. What would you all like to do? You all also have gained a level, as you have long
So
rested.
this is set the scene a little extra of time. It's been what, 2 days? Because we traveled there and back
Yeah.
since we
it's only been 2 days.
did some shenanigans.
Yeah.
Well, though, didn't he need to go on to another place and then come back?
No,
Like,
he
the
just
captain?
wanted to go back to get money. Like, his job is using his ship, so he was like, I'm gonna go. And I was like, I'll pay you to stay. And he was like, all right,
Yeah.
that's it. Smugglers be smuggling.
He distinctly also pulls into a part of the port that is nowhere near that same warehouse you were at before.
Oh, that's logical.
I guess I'll pay him for the 2 days of boating. So 80. Oh, actually, I only have to pay him for the day he stayed for us because it was free because of the warehouse. So I give him 40 gold.
Okay.
And give him a mighty fine handshake. Thanks for your time. Appreciate the fast turnaround.
He takes the gold and sort of tips you his hat. Mighty kind of you. I appreciate the business, and I'll always be in touch if you need it. I have a good way of finding things, let alone have the boat.
Give the man an extra silver for his fine sense of style. And I'll toss him a silver.
He'll take it somewhat confused, but gives you a nod all the same.
Well, folks, I reckon we get back to Shimmer Meadow there and get that old wizard to pay us for taking care of that bird for him.
Oh, sure, we can head on back anytime, but, we just got back to land, and I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm feeling mighty parched. Maybe we have a short little stopover before we head back.
Fine with me.
Without any immediate objections, Nesma turns and strides towards the bar.
All right. And I assume all of you also following you find yourselves at the bar in Eldham, which the closest one being to you would be the Golden Lion Inn. I believe. Hold on. Yeah, but... So, as you enter in, there is a upper and a lower floor that you can sort of see the small balcony hanging over top of the area. It's filled with music at the moment, as it looks like there's a small bardic band playing in the corner. You can see all types of people within this realm, those that look like they're just typical seafarers, shippers, and dock hands, let alone a few that do look very much like they are not the kinder of sailors, more of the pirate variety, just sort of sitting in the corner. And over behind the bar, which is over to your right-hand side where those stairs are to your left, there is a half-elven man who sort of sits there, arms crossed. He's much, much more muscular than many half-elven men that you've seen, but he looks over to you as you enter and gives you a nod.
Nesbo will nod back and stride over to the bar. A round of drinks for my companions and I. In fact, better make it at least 2 for me. It'll be just give us a dozen. It'll be faster that way.
Nesma hears in her head, "Assistant, fetch me some port!"
Nesma looks around with sort of half bewildered, half angry expression and completely ignores the voice.
If she saw Zenobio at that time, he would be faced in her direction, but his eyes are, as usual, facing vaguely 2 different directions.
All right.
If she does not pick up any port, she's going to hear "port" in her head again.
Make it a dozen ales and a port, whatever that is.
All right. I can do that for you. He raises an eyebrow at the amount, but starts pulling out glasses and pouring. It's going to take a moment for him to do that.
Yep. Nesma will pay for them and sort of look at the port suspiciously and give it a sniff and then just kind of leave it on the bar nearby.
All right. For that amount, for a dozen, and then also a port, it's going to be 2 gold.
All right. Easy enough.
Once she moves away, if the port's still there, a mage hand is going to grab the port and ferry it over to me.
Okay, easy enough.
Presumably, it is served in a traditional port glass.
Yes, even though I have no idea what that is.
I have an entire set of port glasses. It's a thing I inherited from my aunt.
Well,
they're basically really teeny tiny little wine glasses.
all right. Then yes, you have that.
Nesma will gesture her party over to each take a mug of ale and lift 3 in each hand herself as she looks around for a table.
All right, easy enough. There's a few tables that are open, even though there are a decent amount of people in here at the moment. It's still early morning, so the people that are in here probably are just filling up on morning beers before they head out to actually work. But it's not hard to find a table.
All right, Nesma will bring over her mini beer and put them down on the table and finish like 2 of them before she gets to the table and start on a 3rd. And sort of gesture to everybody else that, there's free beer, extra beer, enjoy yourselves, and keep drinking.
I'll go ahead and pick up one of the mugs, I guess.
Tiff tentatively sips out one of the ales. Boy, they sure don't teach you that in Adventuring Academy, do they? Half-human monsters, wasting diseases, worms.
I'm sorry, did you say Adventuring Academy?
Oh, aye.
He's gonna look over at his sister. Draka, they have a school to teach you adventuring. It seems to me like that's just a raid, right?
I mean, reckon it's kind of like elders teaching you, but yeah, I guess we learn more on the job, so to speak.
Yeah, I can't imagine learning anything from behind a desk.
Isn't that a wee bit dangerous?
I mean,
Danger's half the fun.
it ain't really fun if you can't die.
I mean, a battle rager learns a lot from classes, so to speak, but I wouldn't say they're at a desk. Surely it was the same for you, right? Adventure in school, you got to get out there and see the world to do that.
Right.
Oh, I
throwing
saw
out-
her. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I saw her break down many a desk in her Battle Rager training. First she was behind it, then she was in front of it. Very impressive.
Well, they would have been very fun to see. Go back to staring into his drink.
So, it was like, I guess, a life experience, right? It wasn't like a piece of paper. What do you do if, I don't know, you just got a heavy sack of gold and there's a bunch of guardsmen on your tail? It's not like a paper test, right? You get thrown out and experience it.
Well, of course we had it sometimes. We had camps on the weekends.
And these camps, were they... I don't,
We took some tents into the woods.
Oh, now that's just precious.
how far away from the town were these camping trips?
Uh, quite deep into the woods. Sometimes we walked for hours.
Is this your first time being so far away from the town?
Oh, well, yes. I do miss my family a bit.
Right. Well, that's a big part of travel. There's always people you miss.
You miss yours?
What? I got my family right here.
Yeah, I'm right here. I'm his family.
I meant your mom, your dad.
I mean, it was time for us to move on, so it's... I mean, I don't really miss the old tribe.
Well, I suppose it's nice that you brought her with you then. Or that she brought you.
Oh, yeah, much rather the second way. I just hit things. She tells me what to hit.
Reckon at least one of us gotta be good about that.
I don't know, you got pretty far just kind of hitting everything.
That's true too. Some days we just hit things, other days do a little bit more thinking about it before hitting stuff anyway. It's all about a balance.
Well, that's nice, I suppose. In its own way.
Well, if you stick with us, kid, you'll get lots of new experiences. Put that book learning to the test.
How old are you, Tiff?
He looks nervous all of a sudden.
I missed the last part of that.
You see, he looks nervous all of a sudden.
He looks suddenly nervous.
What's wrong, Tiff?
29?
Tiff, I'm 25.
Yes, but you're a half-orc. Isn't there a bit of a difference there?
No, in fact, we hit adulthood a bit earlier, but more or less same lifespan. Unless, we get cut short because a raid didn't go in our favor.
Then half-elves?
I guess that's fair. Half elves do age a bit.
They closer to actual elves? I don't really. I had
Wait,
seen
it's like-
more
yep.
human than anything.
You're all basically children. Just wait until you're in your later years and you look back with fond memories of being a strapping young lad, elbows deep in books among the stacks, trying to practice your magics. It was a heady time to be alive, and, well, it was many years in the past for me now.
I want you to define the word strapping.
Oh, you know, willowy figure with few wrinkles, yet good sight that is able to read the fine print in books by the light of a candle.
So still twice our age.
Honestly, it's hard to remember anything before about 20 or 30 years ago.
So yes. Considering we're early, no. Wow, my brain. Not quite 30. Mid-20s. Something around there. I don't know. You can't even remember that far back?
It's all a bit of a blur of book learning and studying and helping the head wizard. But now I'm going to make a name for myself, and I've got many years left, I'm sure, to do so.
Always said magic rots your brain.
Seems to.
Nesma hears in her head, "Silence, filthy assistant!"
Nesma tosses her half-empty beer at Zenobio and grabs another mug.
Zenobio just blocks it with a mage hand.
Right. So, anyway, I thought the last raid we did was pretty effective. We did a pretty good job for people that, just got together. Good
Yeah.
communication.
Yeah, we took it. We got in there. We took out those guards. Got Nesma a nice, fine weapon, and got everything we wanted and came for. And heck, we didn't even kill all of them, so that's pretty good.
Well, yeah, if you kill everyone, no one's going to tell the story. We don't want anyone else claiming this.
Well, and we did also mark the building, so there's that too.
And they were bad people, right? Stealing
Yeah.
from people and stuff.
Think of them as bandits, but more
City
official.
bandits.
Yeah, city bandits.
Recognized by the city to take things from people that earned them. Don't give them back because they got the law protecting them from stealing from whoever they want.
If you look at it
Probably.
that way, we're heroes.
Yep. Mighty fine heroes.
As if
Zenobia
on
is
cue.
like, sorry.
As if on cue, a Yanti woman comes rushing into the bar, panting heavily as she looks around at everyone in the bar. You're not saying anything if you're trying to say something.
Damn it, I was on mute. I feel I could see a new job coming towards us.
Might want to finish the first one first, though.
He's waited long enough. I'm sure that
I
old
mean,
man.
if it's on the way, we'll see.
I would rather like to get paid sooner rather than later. I was down one book on that journey, and, well, these things happen from time to time, but I'm going to have to recoup that loss.
You
Take a breath, darling.
Who are you?
Nesmo will offer her a beer.
We're the Secret Clan.
My name's Sol.
Zenobia and his assistants.
No, we're not his assistants. Do not let him tell you that. We're barely equal partners.
Right. Whatever. Do you know what you've all just done?
We
just
just
arrived.
arrived.
What are you
We
talking about?
came into port.
I
We
finished my
followed you.
drink.
From port?
From before the port. On the island.
I'm sorry. Be specific.
What,
Well, I take it she's
You
referring to
plus one and a Kenku arrived on an island that you should not have been on. And we watched you. As we were slowly approaching, we watched you slaughter a bunch of Kenku. And then quickly leave.
I mean, we were just defending ourselves, first of all, but we were brought there by one of the Kenku. Old man asked us to bring it to wherever it wanted to go. That's where it wanted to go. And, we got attacked the second we landed. And then those things came out, and just as soon as you touched them, they disintegrated. So it wasn't exactly we came, did a job, and left. Like, we were just dropping them off, and a series of events kind of led to that, and we just wanted to leave after. Are you sure they were even Kanku?
When the stranger mentions Tiff Jr., Carl's going to pick up his drink, kind of tilt it to the sky, and say, "Rest in peace," and finish his drink.
She's just face palming very hard. You need to come back with me. They won't accept that answer.
I'm sorry, what?
You need to come back with me and speak to my captain. They will not accept that answer.
do you?
And if we don't?
What's wrong with those Kankus?
Perhaps we can explain if you come back with me.
I reckon you're here right now. You can tell us what you need to convince us to go with you. Otherwise, I'm heading back to the old man that gave us the job in the first place to get my due.
You might have killed hundreds.
There were like maybe 6.
I mean,
No.
maybe
I
we
think you
killed
can calm
100
down.
of
Not the Kenku. Releasing them, or releasing the one that you did, plus whatever the one that you left on there is doing now.
swearing.
Whatever you did there is probably going to happen to other islands, and you were tricked all the same like they were. That one Kenku who got away could kill hundreds.
Well, if you know where he is, we'll be happy to finish the job.
But hold on. Let's not just offer to kill Tiff Jr. like that.
Not that one, the one that was all creepy.
The one that disintegrated into the water?
Oh, right, that one. Yeah, let's kill that one.
I think we should find out what was going on that island.
I cannot speak of that here. You need to come with me.
I mean, we do have to finish these beers first, so you're welcome to help, but...
My port is only 1/4 drank. He takes a very small sip from his tiny wine glass.
You see her wave a hand over the entire table as all of the wine and beer freezes solid. I need you to come with me.
I will.
Oh, wow.
Glass.
That's
see
no
that?
way of making friends there, lassie.
I'm not
Yes.
trying to be your friend.
Well,
You made a
then
grave error, and it is going to hurt my people.
So says you.
I mean, you better get your people... Sorry.
Soul's gonna get up and walk over here.
You better rally your people and get them to help deal with whatever you think is wrong,
He's just gonna
rather than trying to guilt us into doing whatever it is you think we did.
I'll come with you.
Your friends seem to have some sense.
Come on,
Listen,
Draco. If we've done something that may hurt people, shouldn't it be our responsibility to fix it?
Look, if they were
I
going
just wanna be
to...
talking to you like an adult. If she wants us to come with us, she can give us a good reason and not just secrets and whispers and you've done something terrible, come this way.
That sounds like a good reason.
Not to mention poisoning our beer with magic.
I mean, I just don't take kindly to someone telling me I gotta do something. I'm clan chief, and I'll rightly decide for myself what I will and won't do.
I can gladly go to your employer and tell them of what you did.
I doubt he cares, but I mean, that ain't problem.
Look, all we're saying is you can't just come in here yelling at us to go follow you. There are a few ways to get our attention. That is coin, or that is, just being a goddamn pleasant person. We thought we came to the civilization, not the wilds.
Tell you what, you beat me in an arm wrestling contest, we'll come with you, no more fuss. You lose, you buy us around, we finish our drinks proper, then, we'll go with you. Either way, you're coming out on top. It's just how fast we're going.
Persuasion check.
Yeah. I almost hit perception. Now watch me whip the strength check.
She sighs heavily and leans down to our spot already on the table and puts an elbow down.
Carson is gonna immediately kind of put his hand to the kind of put his head a little bit from the table, making sure that everything's nice and even.
We've got a referee. All right, I grab her hand and count us in, Corvus.
All right, ready? Go.
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
She's tangling with the wrong person for that.
That's enough. You feel yourself seize for a moment, and it quickly fades, and her look of confidence sort of fades a little. Athletics check.
Bitch. Let's go.
No.
I
Immediately
slam
throw her down.
Right. So first of all, don't take kindly you doing that underhanded bullshit, but
She
better
snaps
be
her
getting us some
fingers
drink.
and all of your beer and wine become water again, and she goes and stands over here and sighs. Hurry up.
Man,
turn back to
we
being
cannot drink this. This has been poisoned by magic. You need to get us a new round.
Hurry up.
Now, we already had a whole conversation about that tone. I'm going to drink my beer, and we'll come see what your fuss is about. But don't come in here acting like we owe you something just for existing.
You made the mistake You have to make up for it.
I don't even know who you are, so don't test me, lady.
Just very, very carefully gonna slowly place his hand closer to his axe.
Guys,
I'm gonna just go ahead and down the beer that I had been drinking, flip the cup upside down, and grab one of the other ones.
While this was all going on, Zenobio, with his port frozen, was paying no attention to this entire conversation. And during that period of time, he had turned his glass upside down while he was inspecting the fact that it had suddenly become frozen. And it becomes unfrozen while it is upside down and just splashes down upon his cloak. And he's like, oh. And he slowly puts the glass back down.
Okay. All right.
I guess we eventually finish and then go with her. Ugh.
Okay. As long as you guys don't have anything else you want to do.
Soul and Tiff just hovering like, I'm so sorry.
he does looking at her rather apologetically.
I don't know. She didn't even introduce herself. Like, come on. Some amount of etiquette. Anyways, Nesma will take her time with her last dinner. Much more time than she took with any of the others.
When you're a clan chief and someone just tells you gotta do something, you have to stand up for yourself.
Hold on one
Yeah.
moment. I'm going to make this map real fast because it's not here.
Man, the dice didn't screw me. Get ready for the rest of the night being garbage. I got my
This is
one
the-
little thing that I
This was
wanted.
the most important role, though.
Right? God, if it was you, you would have probably lost the wisdom save.
You would have lost it. There's no bonuses to wisdom.
Yeah. Luckily, I'm a cleric. That's why I'm the clan leader.
Zenobia is going to get up from the table and slowly walk around it over to the person who had approached us and say, "You were going on about the Kenku or something? Anyway, do you happen to have something to clean up this port? It's all over my cloak."
She sighs again, seeing that you were not paying attention at all, and quickly snaps her fingers and prestidigitates it clean.
Excellent. Well, now I'm willing to listen to you. So, what is it about the Kenku that has you so upset?
I will explain on the ship.
Onwards, filthy assistant! We're going to a ship!
Going when I'm ready to go.
He is paying no attention and moving very slowly towards the door.
Corvus is gonna kind of look over at Draka and say in Orc, "You think this is a trap?"
It might be, but it's worth at least seeing what's going on.
Well,
Orcish is unaccented.
I'll make sure she, if she does try anything, she doesn't get too far away.
No. If it's a trap, we can deal with it.
Oh, absolutely. I guess. Hold on. Yeah, right. I keep forgetting speech bubble too. Yeah, I guess so.
I can only have my hand on so many things at once, guys.
Fair enough.
Is there any like easy carrying street food like kebabs or something around on any of the tables as I'm walking through the area? If so, I will use my mage hand to grab one.
Hold on 1 second.
Maybe like a Euros?
There's a nice churro vendor outside.
Some hot tamales. Did you know, just after the turn of the century, that hot tamales were so popular that there were literal gang fights in the streets over tamale selling rights?
That
I
is
believe it.
insane.
Do you mean actual tamales or the candies?
Actual tamales, like
Okay,
actual.
that makes-
I
That
wanted
makes
it to
much
be
more sense.
I wanted it to be the candy.
And so at like the Chicago World Fair, it was a big deal that tamales were introduced to like the wider American public, like in like 1910 or something. And there was this big thing about how basically people from California were like, "Fuck those guys! Their tamales are shit. We've been eating tamales for like 20 years, and ours are the best." And so there was like a real big divide versus West Coast versus East Coast tamales.
Huh.
That's what West Side versus East Side's all about. I've been wondering.
Okay. So
Anyway, so some people straight up got killed over tamales.
okay. Easily enough, there is a just drunk people at some of these tables that you just quickly pull your mage hand out and pop off a they actually have small little lobster rolls here that you
I want one.
pulled one right off the table, right out of this guy's hand that he just drunkenly does not realize you took it. But in any case, as you eventually finish, you are led by this Yuan-Ti towards the port once more. Nearby, right very close to the ship you were just on, the Belladonna, is another ship that she leads you directly to. And you're brought to this small ship. The sails on top and small flags of this like golden serpent among them. She leads up to the gangplank and sort of turns to you all.
Wait, how were
Come.
they fast enough to follow us and like find us immediately, but they couldn't stop us from fucking with the tower when we took like half an hour to do it?
Ask them that.
I will. Cool.
They were watching from a distance.
Really long telescope.
All right. She turns again and heads on board, waiting for you all.
Cool, I'm not gonna go on board. I'm gonna stand on the dock and just cross my arms.
I'm following her out.
Corvus takes his side, his stance next to her, thumb hooked right behind the head of his axe.
We came to your ship. Now talk. We're not going anywhere with you.
Zenobio stands at the top of the gangplank, just staring at them. Again, his eyes kind of jiggling like slightly one side to the other, but just like unmoving at the top of the gangplank, looking in their direction.
You just being on a ship, I'm sure you know that it does not take it a moment or two to just pull out of port. Come aboard our ship and speak to my captain, please. She's not going to hurt you.
Ain't about getting hurt. It's about proper decorum, but fine.
I think this captain's heard much of manners.
Zenobio's going to turn to her and say, "Surely you wouldn't make an old man stand here all day."
She rolls her eyes heavily. There's seats in the room here. Come. And she sort of leads ahead. And underneath here, there is a small room which you can all barely fit into, but we'll just put you all here for a moment.
Leo very daintily sits himself and starts looking at everything around the edges of the room, like if there's any kind of decorations or documents I have out or anything.
Oh, inside, hold on. There is. This woman. Inside, in a large regal captain's chair, there is a Yuan-Ti who has her hat removed. Large sets of scales around the side of her head that sort of reach over past the side of her head and onto, like the actual where her hair should be, sort of shaved down and scales taking their place. She sort of turns as you all enter, and the other Yuan-Ti sort of looks to you all before looking back to her. I found them. They want to know why I took them. The captain sort of turns, placing the hat in her lap, and she just looks over you all a moment. We took you all because you made a grave error. I don't judge you for what you did. You were probably deceived.
Well, that ain't the attitude we got from your messenger, so I appreciate your candor. Let us know
I apologize.
what's going on here.
I apologize for my assistant. She, unfortunately, unlike I, was born with her emotional state still intact, unlike me.
Ah.
In any case, you have still made a grave error. Those Kenku were under our protection, as we were not wanting to slaughter them. And even with that, one of them did escape. So we would like your help in assisting us to find them, as you all seem capable enough, being able to defeat the other, more adapted mutation.
I reckon you mean the big one?
That is correct.
What exactly is so bad about these Kenku then?
The Kenku carry a curse. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was going to say, can I quietly cast Detect Thoughts that I now have access to?
I believe you can do that, yes.
Yeah. CSM, but with like a uneven. I was originally planning to do it like when I was getting to the boat, and then it slipped my mind momentarily.
That's fine. Since she is magically inclined, she's going to attempt to make sure that she doesn't see you. The one that brought you here sees you sort of put the copper to your head to start casting, and she obviously sees you and is staring at you intently now.
I'll say into her mind, merely to make sure we understand ourselves better.
You can understand us just fine, we'll tell you.
I'll stare blankly at her.
She shakes her head in annoyance.
You mentioned a curse? What
Yes.
kind?
The Kenku are cursed. They were like that for, well, as far as we know. I'm sure you have all heard of their curse. Being unable to fly and speak.
Oh, yeah. That isn't the curse you're talking about, though, is it?
It is not. As cursed beings, they seem to have been more attuned to bringing on another, it seems. Something in our area has cursed them once more. How or why, we don't quite know. But They carry a plague with them, one which ravages our species. And in leaving that one behind, I'm not sure where he will end up. Even if he ends up among our enemies, it would not be good for us.
And you decided, rather than maybe dealing with him, that you should chase us down so that he'd have ample time to get away, rather than just deal with him yourself.
Well, as you see, or saw, they disappear when they hit the water. And
Yeah,
they're
but
not
the
easy to
Kenku-
track.
The Kenku we brought with us that we left on that island didn't disappear. I mean, I didn't necessarily notice if he got touched by water, but I didn't see him disappear. He was definitely different than the other ones.
We are aware it did seem different from our spyglasses. However, when we went to inspect the island, he was not among them, or the island itself. He somehow left or was taken before we could reach it.
And here we were hoping that leaving him on that island would make him just stay there. So
It
you
is
want us
unfortunate.
to hunt down the Kenku we kind of left, which fair enough, but the one that disappeared into the water, that one can come back somehow?
We aren't exactly sure how they travel. Only that once they hit the water, they are almost impossible to find until they show up again. What we want from you is we are not adjoined to any of the major tribes. This was our goal, and only ours, as we held it secret, in the hopes that we could find a cure, or stop them from spreading further, as to why we had kept them in their prison. Yeah, you made a right mess of my fucking tower.
I mean, a sign might have been nice so we knew that it was full of, like, quarantined individuals.
Many do not travel to our area. Nor
That
do
ain't
they.
no reason not to put a sign up. We spent a good long time trying to figure out what the heck that tower was, or, like, what was inside it, and if it was good or bad, if we should remove them or not. And, I mean, in that time, you could have just come up to us. We certainly spent enough time there before we ruined your goddamn tower.
Please
Looking
explain to me then.
pointedly
Please
at her.
explain to me then. What sort of sign could I have put it there to not have you try to tear down the tower?
Caution,
Tear down the tower?
What it was
disease,
for? I mean,
disease carrying Kenku? Do not let out under any circumstance.
And would you have had a different interest in mind in wanting to find power or to spread such a disease? What would that have
No.
told you other than tell you everything we were trying to keep secret?
I mean,
Oh.
personally, we would have left and walked away, which, yeah, it looked like that other Kenku might have been letting them out, so you'd still have had a problem on your hands, but we were dropping off that Kenku that we brought with us because it wanted to go there, and we didn't have any extra information about it.
Which is
So.
why I was saying you made a mistake. Whether I would have put a sign there or not, someone would have found it and found out what it was. If I
mean,
put
we're
a
only
sign
finding
there,
out-
it only gives more information to those that want to seek this and not what you did and stumble upon it by accident.
I mean, I'm just saying a sign of saying they're dangerous, not, oh, this could kill my entire race. Maybe leave that part out. But if you just say they're diseased and they'll kill anyone, mind good reason why no one will touch them. Otherwise, maybe you should have just taken care of them instead of locking them up.
And if I may interrupt, if you keep speaking to my war chief in that way, you and I are going to have a discussion outside.
Whatever discussion you wish to have, you can have on the off of our ship. If you don't wish to take part in righting the wrong you did, then don't come back.
I'm happy to help right or wrong that I'm responsible for. What I don't appreciate is someone who has still not introduced themselves to us at all, coming up to us and yelling at us for something we didn't even know was a problem. We were told to do a job. We brought the Kenku where we wanted to go, and we were on our way to get paid, having a nice drink. So perhaps you could take your attitude down a notch and we could have a civil conversation. But if you want to continue to speak to me like that, this conversation is going to get more violent and rapidly.
I have not threatened any violence on any of you. You're the only ones bringing violence into this. The other
I'm
one
about
sort of
ready
steps
to leave.
forward. The other one steps forward and puts an arm out. We need you all. And while I am not as upset as my friend here, I would like you to help with this, even if you don't feel like you made a mistake. I apologize if our emotions are growing high. She looks to the other one. Please wait outside. She moves to the other side of the ship, visibly frustrated. You must forgive her. She has lost many people. And seeing more of these Kenku go free and possibly disease more is most likely having an effect on her. I understand your frustrations with not exactly knowing what had happened, but we were trying to keep this a secret for a reason. There is obviously another force at play that is trying to kill our race.
I understand her frustrations, but she's got to have a bit more tact in getting people to help her. Ain't nobody gonna help you if you go yelling at and accusing them. We could easily walk away here. Now, I know, I believe you and I see what you're saying. We do gotta rat this, and we will go with you and fix it. But she's gotta check that attitude lest we start dealing with it ourselves. Because in this clan, we do not deal with disrespect that way. It ain't gonna fly.
Understood. However, I will not abide by any violence among my ship.
That may be a slight problem, because our clan tends to deal with disagreements in a somewhat violent way. Now, it is all in good sport, and, you know, rules are in place, but it's our way.
Well, your way is not ours, unfortunately, and it will not fly aboard my ship.
I'm gonna just, like, notice Tiff raising his hand and just, like, nod to him, like, all right, go ahead.
If our manner is not suited to your ship, perhaps you point the direction so we can rectify this problem on our own. She'll start turning towards the door.
That's not something I can do. She looks towards Tiff.
I have a question. The one that came with us, is he also diseased?
Possibly. He did act different than the others. I don't quite know why. Something I wish to discover as well.
I mean, he was able to go in and out of that tower on his own. It seemed like he might have even activated or deactivated the blockade that was in front of the doorway. So it's possible that he isn't diseased the way they are, but he did say some questionably disturbing things while he was with us, which is part of the reason we wanted to leave him and be done with him, honestly.
Curious.
Little unsettling.
him.
It's my fault, a little. They wanted to leave, and I kept insisting that we find out what was going on with. There are Kenku in that tower.
I mean, I have a feeling that even if we had left with the tower intact, that they might have gotten out, and honestly, maybe more of them would have gotten out if we hadn't.
In either case, that is not what I exactly want you to do. We are short-handed and can't exactly leave our post as we have a large formation temple to defend currently from this wayward disease, and our species going close to it could be fatal. However, there are areas that we have kept under watch that we do know have Kenku, and we wish to have you look them over and make sure that no one is trying to deal with them, and then return to us.
So it's another island that's got these diseased Kenku?
Multiple.
Oh dear. All right. Well, I have a map here. Why don't we mark them down, and then we'll figure out a way to make them a little more reinforced from dumb adventurers showing up. And hopefully we also find the Kenku that we left behind and figure something out for it too. Because this is, something's got to give there.
I would appreciate that. However, do not feel like you need to find the Kenku that were escaped. As long as you can help us to secure the other ones and make sure that no one tries to break them out, possibly discover who is trying to do so, since it seems like that is the most obvious course here, I would appreciate that much. However, I will mark your map as best I can.
Zenobia will finally interject and say, what do you call yourself after all that?
Apologies. I am Captain Ushal. She is Tenyu.
I'm still
You
Tiff.
shall. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm still Tiff.
Greetings.
Well,
Did you want to
yours-
do anything with that thought detection, by the way?
I do. That's a good point, isn't it?
Yeah. Were you trying to press because
No,
other than
no.
other than
Yeah,
like base thoughts, you have to press to find out more.
No, I was going to be just sort of detecting base thoughts to see if there was any high level insights to be gleaned from them in the situation. If they were being like very deliberately deceptive, I think it would be something that might come through.
They obviously were not being deceptive. This one was obviously pissed off and angry at you all because she is very scared and worried. And this one has almost no emotional state at all. But she is also slightly worried.
Sorry, what were the names again? Can I write it down?
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, I suppose I can see the names when I hover over them. Okay, so never mind. I'll write them down myself. I'll say, Captain Ushal, you obviously have a situation on your hands that does deserve the attention of ones as skilled as myself and the group that follows me. But with that being said, it is pretty clearly not something we could have been expected to act otherwise. What sort of reward would be coming our way if we were to take on this effort?
Make a persuasion check. Hold on, I'll put you on the other map first.
Yeah, I can't do that myself.
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah!
We unfortunately do not have much, but we can attempt to give you something in return if more than what is required is done.
Is there magics that you have at your disposal that I might study at the very least?
Possibly. Tenyu may have something. However, our task is at hand. You take out the map, and she looks it over a moment, and she marks a couple spots. Alright.
I'm ready.
This one.
Oh.
This one. This one. She marks those 3 islands, and then she marks this one here. This one here is where we are from, or we are staying. However, it will not be easy to find. You will have to find a way to contact us beforehand, and we will show you how to make your way inside.
I actually do have a couple scrolls that I could use to contact you beforehand, so
That
we
would
do
be
have a
useful
way.
then.
Oh gosh, there's a lot of these, and you decided that containing them was the way to go? I mean, I don't want to, destroy a bunch of Kenku if these are the only Kenku in existence. That's kind of gross, but I mean, is there a way to cure them at all? I guess you said that
We
was
are
what you
not
were looking
aware.
into.
We are not aware of a cure. However, we did not wish to slaughter an already cursed people who were already down. We did not wish to put them any further down or eradicate them entirely.
So instead, you imprison them in a way so that they can't live a full life, nor go anywhere, nor,
As far as
do
we
it.
had found from the curse, whatever it is changing their bodies, their makeup. They do not require food, they don't require drink, they don't sleep, they don't do anything
And-
more than just sit there and then eventually find their way to water, and disease spreads from them. We didn't wish to destroy them, as they didn't seem to be the cause of the problem. We had hoped if we could find whatever caused it, we could have them either reverse it, or whatever the cause was, once it was ended, it would stop for them.
What about that old man that sent us out there? He seems kind of like, I don't know, smart, maybe. Knows some stuff. We could ask him.
Perhaps. I unfortunately do not know who you speak of, so I do not know if he would have any extra resources.
I don't know that we actually got his name, but he said that he was in the Shimmer Meadow main keep, so he might be someone fairly important. Older gentleman, wizard-like looking, kind of like him, but not cross-eyed, points at Zenobio. Oh, poor Remy.
If you wish to
I-
stop and ask him, I could afford you such time. However, I wish that you would do this as quickly as possible. I would have you go with us if you did not seem trustworthy enough. But it seems that you are willing to do this, so we will allow you to go as you wish.
It was like a day travel, right? From Shimmer Meadow to Eldham when we came before?
Not even, it's like a few hours. You could do it in half a day, maybe, if you were going slow.
Alright. Well, as it happens, it's only about like a couple hours to go quickly to Shimmer Meadow, talk to this man, get our payment for the job we did do for him, and then come right back half a day maybe, and then off with you as soon as we get back, if that is agreeable, and then that way we can just go ahead and commit all of our time to making sure this is all sorted.
As you wish. You could go about using the other form of transportation you had as well, if you wish. If it was faster, that boat was much faster than ours.
I mean, you kept up with us somehow, so, your boat seems fine, and yours is free, so...
I see.
I will only ride this boat if that one promises not to freeze any more of my ale.
I unfortunately cannot promise that. However, I can tell her not to.
What's her role on the ship? I mean, you're the captain, so you're basically her leader.
She is my assistant and advisor. She is the leader of our tribe for the most part. Well, yes, for the most part.
Why are you the captain if she's the leader?
I am better at navigation and all things shipping. She
okay, got
she
it.
leads the people.
Yeah.
I am not one for charismatic introductions and such.
I mean, I find your disposition just excellent. So, different folks, I suppose.
Alright.
Cool. Let's go get money from Remy and then ask him if he knows anything. Because, maybe it's not Remy.
Yeah, let's do that.
Also, I'm 2 beers in, so like, Draka needs a walk.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh.
I think we probably had like 3. But yeah, I don't know. Out of character, is there maybe something worth looking at the library for someone who's bookish?
I mean, we could potentially leave Zenobio if he wants to, but I mean, we're just gonna. My plan is just to head to Shimmer Meadow, talk to Remy. Hopefully, that doesn't take a long time, but I don't know with our track record, and then come back. So, I mean, half a day of booking, he could probably read a lot.
Yeah. Zenobia might go do some more research about what they've talked to him about and see if he can't find out any more information about the Yuan tea and the other else.
Yeah, maybe just
Sure.
general like curse removal or curses. Curse that makes you undead but not undead.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think we definitely did a like detect undead situation. I think Corvus did.
Yeah, they're definitely reading off undead.
Oh, they
I
were?
think I smited. Yeah.
No,
Oh.
they weren't. They were not.
No,
They
they
weren't?
weren't.
Nope.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what I
hold on.
thought.
Oh, I mistyped. 1 second.
Yeah. Because I was pretty sure you did it, and then Neem was like,
Oh,
no,
okay.
there's no undead.
What I was... Excuse me, hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
The boss was vulnerable to radiant, and that clicked
That
in my
triggered?
head as undead. Yeah, so...
Yeah, those aren't the
yeah.
same thing. Unfortunately.
No, they are not.
Other things can be weak to radiant.
Yeah.
I think we might have... I don't remember if we did a good and evil check either.
We didn't do that, I don't think.
Nope.
Yeah, I
But I
don't think
don't...
so.
I did a martial check.
Yeah.
I remember that some of their blood had abyssal qualities to it,
Oh.
but I don't if that was just the name of it or if that would like be something that Soul could make a connection with.
Interesting.
How much do we know about the Abyss?
I know nothing.
I
No
don't
one
know
here
anything.
would know basically anything except maybe Zenobio.
Maybe Zenobio. Yeah.
Fair enough. I just wanted to
Oh,
double
boy.
check.
You gotta have one in every group. There's gotta be one book person. Yeah, so if everyone's cool with that, I feel like that's the plan. Says
Okay.
new clan leader.
Oh, Zenobio as well. Don't forget, since you're at 22 intelligence now, you can gain another language.
Oh, I forgot about that. Jeez,
Yeah.
what language don't I have?
What don't you have?
Well, Zenobio is doing book stuff, and everybody else is going to see about our money. Nesna is going to make sure that we do not leave port without beer ever again.
Okay.
Oh no, you poor thing.
All right. So let me separate you up here. She gives you a nod, and you sort of see as you all exit the room as Tenyu is sort of standing up against the wall by the door, just sort of shoots you all a glance as you all leave.
Corvus, as he's walking by, he's going to do the finger guns thing to her as he walks off the ship.
She did not enjoy that.
I did. I high-five him.
All right, but Zenobia's going to do book stuff. Nesma's going to do beer stuff.
He's going to sharpen up his draconic skills, and he now does draconic as well.
Nice. And then you four are going to Shimmer Meadow?
Yes.
Okie dokie. We will do Nesma first then. Right. Control X. I want to go to the Belladonna. I gotta delete all these people. All right. Nesma. Hold on, I gotta actually change myself to the other map. As you're passing by the Belladonna once again, you see that Captain Leland is already stacking things up. And one of the first things that you actually see him beginning to like have workers pull onto his ship are large barrels that definitely look like they're marked by an ale of some sort.
Are you stocking up for a long journey there?
Well, not entirely. But I suppose you could say that.
You heading back out to sea soon? Already got somewhere to go?
Nah, I'm just holding the goods for a moment.
I see. Why you holding on to so much of that ale? Is there a shortage?
He sort of tilts his hat up a moment and just sort of gives you an obvious look like, come on. I can't exactly explain it to you entirely. It's just part of the job.
Fair enough. If I was looking to purchase some ale myself, would you know where I could get some?
Possibly. He sort of looks at one of the workers and he sort of turns to him and sort of taps the top of a barrel. He's pulling around with a cart at the moment, and sort of you see this worker stop and go to do something else. Well, this one here will cost you 10 gold.
Think I can make that work. Does it come with the dolly and move it around, or I gotta just carry the thing?
I mean, you can always borrow it. Someone will take it.
Right. Well, if it's not going to cause you any problems in your cargo, I'll take you up on that. Take this off your hand right here.
Go ahead then. 10 gold it is.
I'd take a look at it. Does it look like any kind of like markings that I recognize?
Make me a history check with advantage because you like alcohol.
I do.
You recognize the symbol, but you're not able to place where it's from.
Yeah, she probably just got really drunk on it. Must be good.
Probably. All right. You have you hand him the 10 gold, and you now have a cart with a big barrel of ale on it.
Cool. I'm going to wheel it like back towards where the ship was, but not actually get close enough to get anywhere near loading it yet.
You're not that far away. You're like maybe 3 boat docks down.
I'll just find like a sort of corner and prop the barrel up and have a seat and wait for the rest of the party to come back before I get anywhere near that ship again.
Gotcha. All right. All right, moving on to Zenobio. I will remind you too, Zenobio, do not forget that you can, in the sort of text RP server, you can still, if you are not locked, you can go to Eldham and study things.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. But oh my god, work.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh god, sorry. As an aside, I deployed like 700 campaigns in the last 2 weeks. Quite literally, it is out of control. Anyway, but maybe at some point soon.
Yeah, no worries. Hold on one moment, as I think I have this map. I just gotta put it in the game. Maybe not. I do not. That's fine. I'll take you all off of here and put you on there. Alright. So, if you're saying something, I can't hear you.
Spamming it.
As you make your way outside of the port and up the long staircase that sort of chaotically sort of spread throughout this the entire city, along the cliffside and up through the roads and such, you eventually find your place among that large marble tower that presides at the tallest point within Eldham. As you pass through the double doors, you find yourselves in a large circular room that spirals upwards and downwards as you see the light casting from above and below that looks like it goes on endlessly, all the way up and all the way down. As you sort of enter in, there is a arcane-looking student with symbols and things pasted across his robes, blue robes that he has on. He sort of walks up to you and sort of speaks out words towards you. Well, hello there, mister. Can I help you find something today?
Going to look at him for what seems like a just like awkwardly long pause, waiting until he seems like he's about to say something, and then just as he's about to respond, he says, "I've come here for research. I'm looking for information about the islands, particularly the Kenku and the curse or curses that may have befallen them."
I can do that for you. Just follow me. I'll take you to one of the reading rooms. He sort of leads you up the sloping stairs, or not even stairs, just a slope upwards, about a level or two up, before he leads you into a small room, opens up the door, and inside there are small bits of shelving and tables and chairs. Not very many books in here, but he sort of motions for you to have a seat. I'll be right back then. I will find you what you need, and then I'll come bring them to you. And he doesn't wait for you to respond before he sort of closes the door and goes to find his things.
Is there a brazier in the room?
There is.
I will stoke it up and get the room nice and warm.
Okie dokie. You warm it up a little bit. That happens when you get old, I guess. You warm it up in there a little bit, and not too long after, there is a knock at the door a moment before it opens back up, and he comes back with a helping of books. Actually, I need you to roll me a D100. Okay, and now I need you to make an investigation check.
Sorry, I have to click on my character to do that. Oh, I need to fix that. That should be +8 now, I think.
Oh boy. Let me look at your character. Hold on. Yes.
Oh, I bet it's not copied in the.
It's probably not your new one, but I changed it so that in case you have to make another one. For now.
I have it saved the new one anyway. So.
Yeah, no worries. I need to put you back to the loading screen after we finish here, just so I have all of your current tokens, and then I will just only copy off the loading screen.
Oh, so I updated the loading screen when we got into the game.
Yeah. I copy off the last map we were on, and sometimes the wrong ones are on there. But alright, he takes you back, he brings back what looks to be a large stack of books. And you being very good at reading with both of your eyes on two different books at the same time, with your infinite intellect, you find it very easy to digest these, and he sort of gives you a weirded out look as he sees you immediately open up the books and start reading like that, before he sort of slowly closes the door and exits.
As he's closing the door, I'll yell out without looking up from my reading and say, "This shouldn't take long. Do you have spell books on hand? I could possibly use some time to study counterspell if you have it available."
Oh, yes, we do. Do you have the gold for the ink and such.
I am a member of the Order of the Scribes, and you will be wise to remember that. We do not need such trivialities.
All right. We don't. The arcane recapitulation here does not see to it that Aietherhall orders are given recompense, I suppose.
Are you saying that I have to pay for access to the book?
Yes, but also you could just join our guild instead of the Aietherhall one, since you seem like you're not there, and then you could possibly do it for free.
I will consider your request. Bring me a full rundown of the benefits and requirements of your guild.
Of course. I'll let you read, and then I'll bring that back for you. All right. As you're reading through, you easily get through the bulk of these books in under an hour. They are not hard for you. As far as it, there's a lot of just easy things about the Shimmer, or about Southern Isles, very tribal in nature, similar to a lot of stuff that you read before, and you're actually seeing that one of these books is actually exactly the same as the one that you read before. However, you find a few things about the Kenku that you didn't exactly look into before that do seem to have shown up. Their curse in general is something that believed to have been done in a previous age, as there are no recollection or records of why or when they seem to have brought this curse upon themselves. But it seems like since then they have flourished enough that they have found enough commonality between each other to form tribes, and many of them are found in the Southern Isles. There's actually a large portion of them in the Beresian Empire as well, as far as you're able to find. But they don't talk of any second curse. It doesn't seem like there's been any research done from these findings that you can find about the second curse that they are stricken with now. And besides that, there really isn't much else that you find. It seems like a lot of this stuff is general information that doesn't seem to help very much.
Call the boy back into the room and say, temporary assistant, you'll be wise to watch your to watch your personal hygiene around me. I do not brook any filth in my presence, other than that filthy assistant Nesma. Anyway, stop your yimmer yammer and don't interrupt me. Anyway. He says, I also require further study on curses and diseases more broadly, particularly those of a wasting and sickening type that would potentially be previously seen in the areas among the islands.
All right. Before that, I suppose I can explain what you would benefit from being here. I suppose you don't need to worry about filth if that's what you're very worried about, as we keep it very clean here, and especially to keep our books safe and such. Our robes are magical in a sense that keep things from dirtying basically everywhere.
Excellent. I don't like to have to go to the toilet if I have to it would interrupt my studies.
He just blinks for a moment. Right. But to join our guild here, one just needs to make a request to the council, for which they can see to it that you are tried and made sure that you are arcane and obviously capable enough to withstand such things. Once that is done, you'll be basically brought in as a student, and while you will not have complete freedom to just sort of wander the halls and see to our reserve library and such, but you will be allowed to seek anything in the general library on your own, have access to the reserve library with a request, and you'll be able to be given much more stricter discounts and such to find from our library and such for spells and such.
Student, do you not see my advanced years? I have been a student all my life, all the life that I possibly will likely live unless I advance more quickly in my studies. I have no time for being a student.
I'm aware, however, I don't have the power to sort of push you along into our higher ranks. That's not my place, unfortunately.
Yeah, clearly you're useless to me. Unfortunately, I need to speak with somebody more senior, but that will have to wait for another time. I will finish reading the books that you bring to me, and then I will seek counsel among the elders of your sect.
All right. Like I said, I can contact the council for you if you wish to do that. However, they are very busy, and they may not have the time to trial you today.
I'm not looking for a trial today. I will follow up with them when I am ready to grace them with my presence. Tell them that if they are eager for my services to grace their presence, I would happily accept a tentative stipend to bring me back into the fold at a future date.
Just fucking ask the student to give them money to join the guild. I will be sure to let them know. And he walks out of the room.
Pay.
Go ahead and
Don't
roll
call
another
me
D100.
the other great for nothing, you know.
He has no idea what your name is. Go ahead and roll another D100. Oof. Alright. And an investigation check. Alright. He comes back with a single book, extremely large in size. He puts it down in front of you with a thud as he's breathing a little heavy, trying to hold this book. This might help. It's a very large medical journal, it seems.
This will do. I'm sure I can get through this in no time. You are dismissed.
Thank you.
You are dismissed. I throw a silver at him.
Jesus. He doesn't even catch it, just hits him in the face and he just walks out. He, raiding through the book, you aren't able to get through all of it in the few hours that you set aside for this. But you do find a few things. General sort of practice on curses and how to relieve them, such as using remove curse. Greater restoration is brought up a few times. Lesser restoration and very light curses and such. You are not able to find anything about decaying curses, ones that are similar to what you saw. You're able to find like just sort of sickness curses that are placed by lesser beings and errant students of the arcane that don't know what they're doing and such. It seems like this sort of topic might be in that reserve library he spoke of, as it seems like it would be something that would not be normally spread through the general public.
Well, I'm going to go and make my way into the reserve library. Well, I guess at this point, maybe go over to somebody else. But like Zenobia is like, he don't care about fuck the police. He's just going to go.
Unfortunately, as you wander out of the room and just start walking, a few of people give you looks like you belong there and are confused. But eventually, that same student, along with another arcane-looking official, this time in white robes, sort of looks you over and speaks out. "Can I help you, sir?"
indeed. You can carry my books while I head into the deeper archives. I have more research that requires my attention.
As you are not a member here, we cannot allow you to enter the reserve archives, nor would you be able to even find it. What was that?
Well, see to it while I get to my research.
No. I don't think you quite understand. You're not allowed in the reserve archives unless you are a member, or given recompense from the, or given a request from a Archmage himself, or herself.
The day is running late, and I have no time for this kind of dilly-dally. You'll have to wait till the next time. When I return, I expect to be able to see one of your Archmages, and I'm sure they will be much quicker to assess my needs as worthy and grant me the access I need.
The man sort of chuckles to himself a moment. Right. We will make sure that the council is aware of who you are. What is your name?
He just stares at him blankly for a period of time and then turns away and starts walking down the hall. And the man hears in his mind, Zenilio the Great!
All right.
It echoes through his mind in more than a half dozen languages.
He just continues to blink and watches you leave. All right. The rest of you would have eventually found your way to Shimmer Meadow at this point. Where were you? You were here. Hey, look, a new map. It might take a moment to load. You can zoom out now, and I won't yell at you.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
I was just excited to see all the stuff Nicole ordered came in.
Is that our church?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Right
It's
here.
cute. This one, isn't it?
This is the church.
Oh, I thought it was this one.
That's
Wait,
the
where's
keep.
the-
That's the keep.
But we got our house.
This is your
and
manor. Yes. You bought a keep.
Oh.
This
And
is
there
an
was,
actual
like,
keep.
Are these
These
the barracks?
are this is the Blank Cloak establishment. These are barracks. These are stables and farmhands and such.
Damn.
And then they made a park out of the weird fucking wall that they made because they're dumb.
This is on purpose. Green spaces, guys. Oh, I was hoping this was the church and it was massive because we got like every god in there.
It's
I was
just-
also
This is still a
thinking
very
that.
big building. Look
Yeah,
at the size
I mean-
of your tokens.
It's also got random bits coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
like,
just
this is this church and this is this church and over here's this one.
And mass is held at the same time for all of them.
It's real noisy.
Oh, is this
And we
the
made it.
one down here?
this is the
That's the
Amphitheater.
amphitheater.
Yep.
Yeah, that's mirrors.
Yay.
Cool,
Here's her tree house too.
Nice.
Oh, man. What's this?
What's what?
This mine? I guess?
You'll have to go there and find out.
Alright, cool. I didn't remember ordering
trip.
something, so it's good. Cool. Well, he told us to go to the keep, I'm pretty sure, when we were done. Yeah, Shimmer Cloak Keep. So I'm gonna just stroll in there like they got business, because I do. My
Okey
token's
dokey.
all the way at the bottom.
Yes, it is.
It's so small.
Where am I?
It's to
I keep
scale.
using. I'm gonna just pick up all of us and go wee boop.
Good idea.
We're all at. Oh no, I missed. I dropped us all. Okay, we're at the gate. Come with me, friends.
It's a long walk.
Blind leading the blind.
Get around. Stay a while and look.
We're at the keep. We're in the keep. We're at the doors.
Okay.
Actually, I guess
Is that how that
this
works?
is the door, right?
Yes, that is
This
the door.
one? I
Yep.
got it. We're here.
As you actually are entering the gates, and you sort of see as there are guards that sort of give you nods as you enter in, but do watch you as you approach. Oops, I'm on the wrong map tools. You actually do see the wizard individual walking away from the manor very slowly, and his old legs are taking him over towards the keep.
Ah, wizard. I'm just gonna like walk up to him, and I'm gonna continue dragging everyone with me because
Okay.
they're all so selected. Oh no, I got it.
Oh, hello.
Yes, we've completed. Oh my god, that went wrong. Yes, we've completed our task, and we'd like our money. I don't know who this is.
Oh, right.
Wild ride.
Money. Yes, task.
Yeah, we agreed on 300 gold apiece, and there are 7 of us. So if you could pay that out, we've got another job lined up we gotta head back for.
He looks at you all for a moment. But there are only 4.
You saw there was a bunch of us at that table. We have some folk who are already tending to our next trip. So I've come here as the head talker with my retinue of followers, the small group of us. The other 3 are off getting ready for our voyage. We got another ship to go on, so.
Yes. Voyage. Ha.
Are you okay?
Oh, yes, I'm
Corbin?
fine. 300 gold pieces, was it?
Yep.
All right. He sort of moves around into his book and then another book and sort of flips through the pages quickly. Oh, yes. Now I remember. Wasn't there more? Did you discover anything, or did you just drop him off?
Well, we did drop him off, and as it turns out, wasn't a great idea to take him there, and it may have unleashed a bunch of Kenku who are cursed with something that kills the what are the, and she's whispering this to Corvus. What are the snake people called? Shit.
I know what our old chief used to call them.
No,
It's
no,
not
no.
very nice.
They got a proper name. Anyway,
So I'm
Yicky.
just gonna lean into
It's
Corvus's
Yicky.
ear and just whisper, "Yomti."
yeah, the Yanti. Thank you, soul. It's got some sort of curse that hurts the Yanti, so they are asking us to come help deal with the fallout of that whole thing. But
Right. That sounds very normal.
well, you don't exactly know if there was anything totally off the level with that Kenku other than he was annoying, right?
I have no clue at all.
Yeah, he sounds like he's full of fucking shit.
He is not full of shit. He is just crazy and old.
Aww. Alright, fair enough. He didn't live in a tower.
Wait.
He might be more like Zenobio than we thought.
The
Anyway,
magic goes to everyone.
God, can
I
we
really-
say that, like somehow Zenobio and Remy are actually secretly BFFs?
oh my god, they're colleagues. I hope they write each other letters.
They've never met in person. Long-term discourse by letter of like,
Oh my god.
I imagine that they always write like comments on each other's theses when submitted for review.
Exactly.
Been pen pals since they were kids.
Longer than either of them can recall. Anyway, we're
But
in a
alright
hot
then.
hurry.
You took the Kenku back, you unleashed some evil things, and now they're going to kill the Onti race. That's not wonderful. That's very bad.
I mean, We're not going to let him do that, but we did do the task you asked us to do. We took the Kenku away from...
I cannot say that you did not do that, so yes.
Took it off your hands, ain't your problem, so I'd like our payment, please.
That I can do. Hold on one moment. I will have to give the Baroness this. Could you do me a favor then? As I'm giving you this money, as he's reaching around in a small sack for money, it seems. If you find anything else while you're down there, you know, banishing greater evil or whatever, could you come back and give me more information? I'll be sure to give you more gold if you really want it.
Yeah, we can arrange to come rebrief you after we've dealt with everything, if you feel so inclined to pay us.
I would appreciate it, because we are very much interested in the Southern Isles right now, and there's not very much information.
Any particular reason you're interested?
Oh, not really. There's just adventuring parties who have gone down there and not come back. And then the Yuan-Ti people are very strange in general. They hold a lot of ancient secrets that might be sort of keys to how we were all created in previous ages, and we don't exactly know much as we aren't able to speak with them more openly.
Oh, you're trying to colonize.
Does
no,
he seem like
no.
He's actually just interested in them?
He genuinely seems like they have some sort of goal that they're trying to achieve down in the Southern Isles. Colonization is not, however, not one of them, it seems. But it does seem like he's genuinely interested in, like, the ancient secrets that they may have. You see, they have a lot of temples and ancient things down there that we don't exactly have access to because they are not exactly the most open about it. Nor do they probably know what they have.
They did mention a little bit about that.
I mean, they seemed like they knew what they were about for the most part, but yeah, we'll see what information we can bring you. But if you'll pay up,
right, your money. One moment. He reaches around in that sack and pulls out 7 containers of 300 gold pieces.
Yes.
Or it's actually 30 platinum each.
I will take all of them, and I'll give... I mean, the boys that are here each get their own pouch. No. But I guess I have the other 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can do math. I mean, I guess I technically have 4 because I have my own, but haha.
Whatever. You guys also, since we're a new party and stuff, want to make a new bag of holding.
Yeah,
and
I want a bag of holding. I added a tab, I think.
But you should put it in the actual Shimmer Cloaks channel, and I'll pin it. That way it's in the other server as well.
Okay. Done. It's just the same one. Literally, I made this for the last group. This group just says new group. I just made a new tab in the same document.
Cool. Good enough for me.
All right. Good thing I had
then.
this when I was tracking group runs earlier, and it's definitely not just in a notebook at random.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
Not really. He didn't really seem like he had any feedback about dealing with curses, and seems like he's busy and doesn't really want... I did!
Did you ask him about the curses?
I asked him if he knew anything about the Kenku curses, and then he just kind of started rambling about something else.
Well, he also does that.
Yeah, exactly.
We just thought it was a Remy thing.
Yeah, I just accepted that Remy didn't want to talk about it.
I mean...
Also, I guess, yeah, hi, by the way, I'm Draka, you're Remy, we know each other, great.
There you go. Right. Curses. You remove curse, maybe? I don't know.
Great.
Sometimes it requires more very, what's the word for it? Straightforward. Sometimes curses have, like, enchantments and, you know, words of power that were used to make them, and sometimes you have to solve whatever the word of power is. And normally it's very straightforward. Like, if I said, I need to, I'm not very good at these riddles and things. But you know it, you'll know it when you see it, I hope, maybe.
Right, so if there's a bunch of Kenku that are, I mean, at this point, I guess, triple cursed, but cursed to, you know, be a disease for an entire population, you know, they'd have maybe a word that was like, kill all of these people. I don't know. Seems dumb.
Sort of. Sometimes it might require doing an action or, you know, saying the right things in the right place. I don't know. You gotta figure out what the curse actually said first. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's a little bit more complicated.
If, say, that little Kenku you had us deal with said something like, blood of my blood, I see, go find it, that wouldn't mean anything.
That sounds like
Throw it out there.
That sounds ridiculous.
Right? Alright, cool. Yeah, I don't really have anything for him, and I'm good. If anyone wants to talk to Remy, go for it.
You're not saying anything. You're muted.
Yeah, I just said
no.
That.
Grim.
Okay, good, great. Wasn't me.
Uh-oh, something broke. Still can't hear you. Did your headset die or something?
It's possible. It was acting up earlier too, but he was pretty quiet. Oh.
Type. Is there anything anyone else wants to say to him? All right then. I should probably tell the Baroness about all that and see what she says. We might contact you again, hopefully, if you're not dead, but don't die. Okay, bye.
Have a good
Starts
day.
walking away. And so, you four eventually make your way back down to Eldham, I assume right after that, unless there's anywhere else you want to go, and meet up with the rest of the party.
I mean, we don't have to play out the scene or anything, but Tiff is going to very briefly pop into his parents' house and give them their his share of the profits.
All right. Easily done.
They immediately faint at seeing a platinum. Never mind 30. Right?
Blank cloaks are paid decently well.
That's still a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
If you're not an adventurer. Can I buy an actual bag of holding in while we're in Shimmer Meadow?
You can attempt. Hold on. Let me make sure.
Or Eldham. I'm cool with either place. I know they both have magic stuff.
Well, you've already been to one magic place in Shimmer Meadow, so you know that it's there.
Yeah.
I just gotta go to my thing and make sure that that is the correct price, which I think it is. Nope,
I think
that's
the smaller bags are cheap, and then
Check.
the bag. Yeah, we hear you. You did it.
Fantastic. All right.
Yeah, bag of holdings I think are like minor, and then there's the handy haversack, which is more.
bag of beans.
I don't want a bag of beans.
Bag of beans.
No. Damn, got swindled. This bag's just got beans in it. Yeah, actually fine.
Right. So you four are going way over here.
Oh no, I've got to zoom out. Ah, yes, the pretty building.
And once inside, you are able to see that the inside is much larger once again on the outside, as the pseudo dragons are sort of flying about, and the elven man is in the middle of the area, still scratching away at his board. One of the pseudo dragons sort of flies up towards you. Well, hello there. What can I get for you?
Well, hi there. I'm looking for a bag that can carry things, kind of like how your building's bigger on the inside. I want a bag that is bigger on the inside.
Oh, that's very simple. That I can get for you for 500 gold pieces.
Oh, damn. I can do that. This is why I asked for 7, even though we're a group of 6. By the way, thank you for letting Remy just accept that. I was like, yeah, there's 7 of us.
I mean, if it wasn't obvious, he did not remember who you were.
I know.
For a long time.
That's why I was like, he didn't even make me roll for that shit. I got 300 gold
He's not.
free.
He's not insightful
He's
at all.
awful.
I
He
mean,
has
I
no
counted
wisdom.
I counted Tiff Jr. because he's still a member in our heart.
That's right.
Anyway,
really wealthy.
Yeah, it's not like it's that much. I'll use the platinum from mine and the extra to buy the bag of holding.
Sure.
So I'll have 10
5.
left, I think, because that's 600 between the two.
Yes.
Math.
Yeah. So you hand
'Cause
him
I have 2
the
bags of
platinum and 500 total of gold. And he comes back and sort of holds out a small, like, satchel side bag, bag, and it has a strange face that sort of matches with the flap to the bottom, and he hands it out towards you. This here will be exactly what you need. Plenty of space in that one.
Alright, looks mighty fine, and I'm gonna just start shoving stuff in it to just see
Go
how much I can put in it. So I'm holding like a shield. Like
It seemingly has no end, as you do not have anywhere near the weight limit of this bag.
yeah, that checks out. Just start taking off my armor and like 10 minutes. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I mean, I guess 100 gold is. Oh, I can buy potions. I'll buy some potions. Also,
You'd like some potions, then?
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't sign up like the rest of you.
All right.
Yeah.
For our most basic of potions, it's 50 gold pieces. For our greater ones, they are 150 gold pieces. We also have a much even larger version for 450 gold pieces, and we only have one, but we do have one very, very, very large one for 1,350 gold pieces.
I'll take 2 of your smallest ones, and I'll just give him the last of my platinum.
Very well. He goes and flutters off and grabs 2 basic healing potions and brings them back down to you, taking the gold.
Cool, spend all my prize money. Up to you guys.
So, tell me, what sort of fun things do you have for about 300 gold?
Oh, let's see. One moment. Let me just look at my list here. $300 gold pieces. See, good one.
Oh, I also want to possibly upgrade my armor from chainmail to plate, but I have no idea how much that actually costs. I'll go look it up.
Plate is very expensive. It's like
Yeah,
750 gold pieces, I think.
Oh.
Plate was 1,000.
Yeah, there you go.
I actually
It is very
But
expensive.
like half plate armor.
I wouldn't mind going for some scale mail myself.
Well, I'm already wearing chainmail.
Or you know what we're gonna do? Since we're at about 2 hours and
Yeah,
we have time.
flint is
I'm gonna
200.
find. So while you're doing your shopping, and then I will say, well, as soon as you're done, you're gonna go back to Eldham, and
Sure.
give your money to other people in case they want to spend that money before they leave next week. But we'll stop here so I can find you some good stuff for 300 gold pieces. And then also you can think about anything else you want to spend with that money, because next week we'll do that quick shopping trip and then we can go head
Awesome.
out.
Okay.
That way, Zenobio, if you want to do spells and stuff, that way you have your 300 gold pieces to get some spells.
Yeah.
I will do that. How much does a spell cost? From
I believe it's 100 GP per level. So if you want to counter spell, you'll have to use all your gold to get that one, or you can get 3 level 1s or 2 level 2s and stuff. Yeah.
That's the arcane recapitulations cost specifically.
For the arcane recapitulation, there's a wider variety of spells that you'll have access to, because certain ones are not available to the public, like ones like Fireball, which are very dangerous. On top of that, you typically have a... What did I put down for it? Hold on. I believe it was like 100 gold pieces. Yeah. It's 100 gold pieces off of every spell you cast or put in. So your level 1 spells are basically free. Everything else takes 100 GP off of it.
So how does my thing with my wizardly quill work in terms of copying spells? In terms of that, like from my understanding, the spell cost of copying a spell is related to the ink required, but my quill does not require ink. And when I write with it, I produce the ink in a color book, so it's my writing service. And when I copy a spell, my spell book is 2 minutes per level to do the transcription.
Scrolls Wizard. Hold on, let me look at it. So
Wizardly quill for the Order of Scribes. It is like the defining thing for my class.
Scribes. Let me look it up. It's free action. Quill does not require ink. You can write with it. Just ink of any color. Okay, it goes 2 minutes per level spell. Okay, so the way I'm reading it, it still wouldn't. You would still have to pay the cost to do the ink, because the problem with this is it doesn't require ink, but the way you copy spells is you're using like magically imbued ink, which I don't believe your quill
my
just
theory here is
produces.
that it should be at least some discount. Like the cost represents material components who you expend to as you experiment with the spell to master it, as well as the fine inks you need to record it. And then my quill does not require ink. I would argue that I would get a discount. Not that it would be like completely free, but that like the cost for me as an Order of Scribes wizard would be less than that of any other wizard.
Yeah, I just looked it up. You have the same cost. It's just the time is the amount you get off. Let me read this over. I'm just checking real fast. Because you're not wrong. I think it probably should have a reduced cost, just because every other wizard subclass, they get reduced cost for at least one type of spell per school. I'll get back to you on that, because I'm going to have to like calculate some stuff on that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'll probably reduce it a little bit, just because that does make sense to reduce it because of the quill and stuff.
I just did the RPG.stack exchange, which has a whole lot of discussion about this.
Yeah, it obviously doesn't make sense to make it completely free, because there still is like magically imbued paper and all that, but it should reduce some of the ink cost, since other wizard classes get
somewhere in between. Because I mean, it is one of my my level 2 things. Like I don't get any other stuff other than the fact that I get to like basically reproduce my book and also and also like get my like ink thing or whatever.
Yeah. It because level 2, that's normally where every wizard subclass gets its reduction to certain spells in their copying, so that makes sense. But yeah, I'll get back to you on that.
Let me know exactly, and it's like ideally I'd be trying to find like one or maybe two spells if I can afford to do so. Probably counter spell and potentially something else.
Yeah. Alrighty then. So then we will do that all next week, and I'll get back to you before then. And if you have time to do the text RPN, we can get you in the actual recapitulation, and you won't have to pay even less.
I'll see if I can find some time to do that.
Alrighty. But anyways, thank you for the people that are still watching. I'm gonna end the stream now, so goodbye.